Peace. This video is on depression, suicide attempts, and the flood of advertisements or news clips you may be seeing on your social media sites and in the regular news. I actually posted a video a couple of days ago. It was like too long. It was like over 40 minutes long. And I decided to, narrow my focus on this video and just speak about this news clip that I saw the other day. It was a video. It was about 5 minutes long, and it was basically people who survived a suicide attempt. So I watched it, and basically people were just telling, the little short portion about the reasons why they attempted to take their life. And I guess it's maybe a documentary or something that's about to come out. But a lot of people may wonder why would they be posting this stuff? And if you pay attention, you might see advertisements for antidepressants going up. You may see more health articles on your social media sites concerning holiday blues, depression, and all of that. Many of us have wonderful memories during this time of the year. Thanksgiving dinner, where all your family's around, everybody's eating good, everybody's sitting around watching football. And on Christmas, everybody getting these nice presents they always wanted. You having these wonderful family gatherings. And New Year's, of course, is a celebration to bring in a new year and everything. Everything is happy. But for many people, this time of the year can put people in a depressed mood, I should say. Because a lot of people have lost family members and they won't be here to enjoy their family gatherings. Or people have actually lost family members during this time of the year. Or there are people who never had a family unit. So when for almost 2 months everyone is in a festive mood and celebrating holidays and friends and family, other people are having gatherings and stuff, and people don't have that themselves, it can put people in a depressed mood. And then once the New Year's ring around, it's such a relief that this time of the year is over and done with. And I also heard that suicides, I don't have statistics, and my video is not about a bunch of statistics and definitions and all of that, but I read, that suicide actually goes up during this time of the year. And finally, there's like a recognition that this is actually occurring, that now you may be seeing, if you pay attention, you're starting to see more news clips or articles of people mentioning depression and suicide during this time of the year, because it's very tough for a lot of people. And seeing that news clip, it just made me realize that it's also a recognition on my part. I hate the wintertime. It's not because I've lost a family member, although my paternal grandmother did pass in mid-December, but she lived a long, long, long life. I don't like the winter because I lost someone who was so close to me, and it just ruining, me missing them during the holiday gatherings because I no longer celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas. It's not because I didn't have a family. I have a family. I grew up celebrating with my mom and my siblings Christmas. We have dinners. We have relatives over. That's not the issue. For me personally, I hate the winter because I hate the snow and I hate the cold. So for me, I always view wintertime as hibernation season. It's like I like to stay in the house, you eat comfort food, and I'm just waiting for the springtime to come. It's just like I want it to go from November to March. Forget everything else in the middle. You can keep all of that, but seeing the clip on people who survive suicide just made me think of ways that I'm personally, for me, wintertime blues or whatever, because we all are going to lack getting that sunlight. And that's something I got into, making sure this past year, making sure I get like 15-20 minutes a day of getting sunlight. So I'm thinking, okay, now the wintertime is coming, how I'm going to, counteract missing, getting that vitamin D. So for me personally, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to try to eat more live foods, fruits and vegetables. and try to be productive, not just sitting around, not doing anything. Try to be productive, doing things that I want to do towards some other goals that I have. And don't use this time to just hibernate, marinate, and just wait time out. Try to be productive so I can counteract, gaining weight, worsening my health, and just be in a funk until, now we get more sunlight. Come like March, April. Now it's like, okay, now life is returning. You start seeing, nature come back to life. Although nature never dies, nature is now in a resting stage, and it's rejuvenating itself, and it's still growth, but it's going to be a rebirth in some months. But that don't mean you have to take that time out to do the same and basically just sit, wait, and just wait, till life returns. Then it's like, okay, now I can start living again. There are things that you can do during this time of the year. With depression is a whole other topic I can get into, but I'm just not gonna try to narrow it down. I hate to speak ignorant. I am not a licensed professional, so whatever I say is just my opinion. So if you have a serious medical issue with depression, please see a doctor or a holistic healthcare specialist. I'm just giving my opinion. But on depression, everyone has their own opinion on what is depression. I'm sure if you ask a room full of 100 people, everybody will tell a little definition. Either some people really don't know what depression is, or they try to skip around it so they won't make themselves seem depressed. They're only just a little sad, It's funny how when you hear people describe what depression is and people give their descriptions, people like to skip around depressed because nobody ever wants to be clinically depressed, because people are narrowed down to time limit, whether it's a couple of days, a good month, a good 6 months. I've even heard people who described they were depressed, kind of sad, really, really, really sad for good 6 months, but they wouldn't say that they were depressed. So I would just say, for me, it's long-term depression. For me, anything over a month, you're depressed. If you're having a constant sadness, a funk about you, you see no future, no goals, you having persistent thoughts of failure, no worth, low self-esteem, you're not nothing, nothing's going your way, you just see failure all around you. And I was just looking up symptoms of depression. And they go from lack of sleep, irritability, lack of focus, concentration. I guess that's the same thing. You pick up drinking, alcohol, drug abuse, a lot of destructive behaviors, and there's plenty more. You may be crying all the time, and you may be thinking about committing suicide. So it's a range of symptoms, and some of the ways, and like I say, I'm just giving my opinion on how people say they can counteract, try to defeat this thing called depression, whether it's seasonal, that only people get depressed during this time of the year because they miss a loved one, or they don't have that family unit, and then the rest of the year they may be good. Hey, that can happen. That may describe, somebody who's looking at this video. But somebody who's in this constant state, regardless of the time of the year, or whatever that, they're going through it, there are things that you can do to try to raise that depression off of you. Of course, always, you can always seek medical advice. You can also take care of yourself. Are you eating right? Are you getting enough rest? Are you exercising? Eating right and exercising. Eating right and exercising, I swear, anytime it comes to a health issue, anything I have read, or eating right and exercising is always there. So if your health is not good, always check your eating right and exercising. So eating right, everybody has their description of eating right. Eating right is, are you supplying your body with living food to help your body, get the optimum performance out of it? Basically fruits, vegetables, Not a bunch of grease, processed foods, and on and on and on. Not a lot of sugar and none of that. But exercise is so important. And I notice, like, the times I exercise, you get that exercise rush. You feel good. The endorphins are released. And a lot of people don't exercise and they don't eat. But I'm not trying to take it into there. I ain't no professional at exercising because, you know, I am not in the best of shape. But you can also, like, talk it out. You can also write it out. Writing, getting your junk off your chest, and it's like releasing it. You got to try to forgive yourself, forgive others, and all of these things I'm describing. And, you know, I'm not going in a lot of detail because I'm limited on time, and I'm not making light of it. None of these things are easy. None of these things are easy at all. These are all challenges for people who are in a depression, because their perception of things is only one way. So somebody say, hey, you know, let's go out, let's go take a walk or whatever. Somebody might not be in the mood at all. And it's a struggle for them to try to go do something that is going to benefit them. So I'm just going through it, and I'm not making light of it like, oh, it's just, you know, do this and it'll go away. I'm not doing that at all. But there's a lot of things people can do, and also you have to change your perception. And a lot of times you have to go to somebody who understands, like, who can actually help you, whether it's a doctor or a good health practitioner around you, or a good family friend that can sit there and just listen to you, get that stuff off of you, whatever is causing depression. And there are times when people who are, I say clinically depressed, where there's actually brain chemistry that is off balance, where you may need medication. Not everybody needs medication, but these are like a bunch of options people have. But you got to eat right, take care of yourself. Your focus has to be on getting yourself better, and you have to talk it out and get around people who care about you and are willing to listen to you. You gotta not give up things that you once enjoyed. But the first thing you can do is go to somebody who is trained in helping you. Religion can help some people. Writing it out, eating, exercise, all that. There are different ways that you can go about trying to get out of depression, but you have to go to somebody who can give you, professional advice, licensed advice, or just a good friend. There's many ways that it can happen, but I just wanted to bring up this topic because if you notice that you may start seeing a lot more as the holiday seasons get closer and closer. Thanksgiving is about 3 weeks away. The increase in antidepressant medications and your health articles and in news clips you will hear about. And you may see people committing all types of criminal activities, killing themselves or killing others in themselves. It's like a bunch of stuff always in the news, and I try to stay away from local news. People just basically losing their minds during this time of the year when everyone should be so-called happy and enjoying family and friends, and you know, but this is a very trying time of the year, so I just wanted to address that. So I'm just looking at my time, but this is a very, long topic. It's very complex, and I wasn't just trying to keep a focus on it, but I may do another video concerning it, but that's what I wanted to say. So